Hi guys, welcome to my next tutorial. Today I would like to show you another easy doily project. For this tutorial I use the crochet hook 3mm and the cotton yarn. This is soft cotton yarn, so we will be need about 30 grams to make that project. Our work, we need to start by making slip knot and then chain of 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Now into the first chain from the hook we will make slip stitch to form ring. So now we've got ring. Now we need to make chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This will be first treble crochet, and into the ring we will work 35 more treble crochets. So you have to yarn over 2 times and then we are going to the big loop and we need to finish the stitch. 1, 2 and 3, and first treble crochet we've done. So now we need to repeat. We are going into the ring and then we need to finish the stitch. 1, 2 and 3. So as I said, 35 plus chain 4. We are going into the ring. 1, 2 and 3. So I've done 3 and now keep continue until we will have 36 stitches in total. 35 treble crochets plus chain 4. I've done my 35 treble crochets plus chain 4, and at the end of our round we need to work slip stitch into the top of chain 4. So exactly into that stitch. Now we will start working on round number 2. We need to work chain of 3, 1, 2, or actually 2, because now we will work 3 double crochets together. So instead of making chain of 3, I will start by making chain of 2, and then we have to yarn over the same as we start working double crochet. Then we are going to the next stitch. We need to grab the yarn. Then we are working only for the first 2 loops and we have to leave the last loop on the hook. The same we are going into the second stitch. So we have to yarn over, put crochet hook into the next stitch. We need to grab the yarn and work only for the first 2 loops. Then last one is staying on the hook. So now we've got 3 loops on the hook. We have to pull yarn for all those 3 loops and then chain 1 for lock that stitch. Now we need to work chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Into the next 3 double crochets we need to work the same. Now we've got already 1 loop on the hook, so at the end we will have 4 loops. So we have to yarn over, put crochet hook into the next stitch. We need to grab the yarn and work only for the first 2 loops. So 1 and 2. So at the moment I've got 2 loops on my hook. The same I am making into the next stitch, so I have to yarn over, put crochet hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn, work for the first 2 loops. Now I've got 3 loops on the hook. One more time into the next stitch. We need to work only the first part of the double crochet, so first 2 loops, and now we've got 4 loops and we have to grab the yarn and pull the yarn for all 4 loops. Chain 1, for lock the stitch. Now chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So now again we need to repeat this pattern into the next 3 loops. So 3 times first part of the double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. We've got 4 loops, we can finish the stitch, chain 1 for lock and then chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And then into the next 3 stitches the same. So again 3 double crochets together. Only first part into the next stitch. First part and into the first stitch, third stitch, first part. 4 loops on the hook, we can finish, chain 1 and then chain of 9. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So next 3 double crochets, next 3 treble crochets, we will work 3 double crochets together and then all the way around. So now I am at the end of my round, so I've done the last chain 9 and now we need to make slip stitch exactly into the first chain, so into the top of our 3 double crochets together, into that stitch. Hopefully you will see, into the top. So now we should have 12 3 double crochets together and 12 chain 9 spaces. Now we will work slip stitch into the chain 9 space, into the first chain 9 space, and then we will start working 6 single crochets into the first chain 9 space. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, then chain of 3, 1, 2, 3 and 6 more single crochets into the same chain 9 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then we are going to the next chain 9 space and we will make the same. 6 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, chain of 3 and 6 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Into the next chain 9 space the same. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. In each chain 9 space we will work 6 single crochets, chain 3 and another 6 single crochets. 4, 5, 6, chain of 3 and 6 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now we need to repeat it all the way around. At the end of our round, after when we've done the last 6 single crochets, we need to work slip stitch into the first single crochet. So not into the slip stitch, just into the single crochet. And now we will start round number 4. Now into each stitch we will work slip stitch until we will do the last slip stitch into the chain free space. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The 6 was at the beginning, and one more into the chain free space. Now we will work chain of 3, 1, 2, 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 3 as a chain free space, and one more double crochet into the same chain free space. Then into the chain free space again, one double crochet, then chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and into the next chain free space, so we have to skip all single crochet stitches. We will work double crochet, then one more double crochet, chain of 3, then next double crochet and fourth double crochet. After the fourth double crochet, so we've done 2 double crochets, chain 3 and 2 double crochets, we will work chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we are going to the next chain free space, and again 2 double crochets, so 1 and 2, chain of 3 and 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we need to repeat our pattern all the way around. So in each chain free space from the previous round we need to work 2 double crochets, chain 3 and another 2 double crochets, then chain of 7, and all the way around the same. At the end of our round we need to make the last chain of 7, double crochet into the first chain of 3 as we start our round, and then slip stitch into the third chain, so make sure that you've got chain of 3. Now we will start round number 5. We've done 1, 2, 3 and 4 rounds, round number 5. Slip stitch into the chain of 3, then chain of 3 as a first double crochet, chain of 3 as a chain free space, 1, 2, 3, then double crochet into the chain free space, then again one more double crochet into the chain free space, chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we are going into the chain 7 space, and we have to find the fourth chain, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So into the fourth chain we will work single crochet, chain of 3 and single crochet into the same chain. Then chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Into the next chain free space we will work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 3 and 2 double crochets again, 1 and 2, and again chain of 3 into the fourth chain, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, single crochet, chain of 3, and into the same chain next single crochet, so second. So exactly the same as we've done before. Into the same chain stitch, single crochet, chain 3 and single crochet. Now chain of 3 again, 1, 2, 3. Into the next chain free space we need to work 2 double crochets, chain 3 and another 2 double crochets, so exactly as in each chain free space. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. So as I said, in each chain free space we will work 4 double crochets, so 2 double crochets, chain 3 and another 2 double crochets, then chain 3, into the 4th chain, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, then chain of 3, and we have to repeat what we've done here. At the end we need to finish exactly the same as we finished last round, so the last double crochet and then slip stitch into the top of chain 3. So as I said, at the end of our round we need to make the last double crochet, then slip stitch into the top of chain 3. Next row we need to start again, so the same by making slip stitch into the chain free space. So this is the round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, round number 6. Chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 3 as a chain free space, then into the same chain of 3 we will work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. So we start the same our round as we start the round before, so previous round. Now we will work chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and into our next chain free space we will work the same, single crochet, chain of 3 and then one more single crochet. So exactly the same as we've done on the previous round. Chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into the next chain free space we will work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 3 and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain free space, chain of 3 and one more single crochet. So basically we need to repeat our round the same as round before, but apart of making chain of 3 between group of 2 double crochets and single crochet, we need to work chain of 4. So at the end of our round we have to finish exactly the same, double crochet and then chain of slip stitch into the top of chain 3. Round number 7. Slip stitch into the chain 3 and we will work exactly the same as the previous round, so chain of 3, like a first double crochet, then chain of 3 as a chain free space and 2 more double crochets into the same chain free space, 1 and 2. Only one difference between the previous round is that we need to make chain of 5 instead of chain of 4. 3, 4, 5. So in round number 5 we've done chain of 3, in round number 6 we've done chain of 4, now we are making chain of 5, then into the next chain of 3 we will work single crochet, chain of 3 and then single crochet. Now chain of 5, 3, 4, 5, into the next chain free space, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 3 and 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 5, and we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. Now round number 8, again slip stitch into the chain free space, then chain of 3 as a first double crochet, and now we will work chain of 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in this round, instead of making chain of 3, we will work chain of 5 and then 2 more double crochets into the same chain space. So at the end of our round we need to make the last double crochet as in each round. Now we will work chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and into the next chain free space the same single crochet, chain of 3 and single crochet, chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, into the next chain free space 2 double crochets, one and 2, chain of 5 and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, then 1 single crochet into the chain free space, chain 3 and single crochet into the same chain free space. So now we have to repeat this pattern all the way around. So in each chain free space between groups, two groups of 2 double crochets, we need to work chain of 5 and then into the single crochets, chain of 3. In the space where we've done chain of 5 from the previous round, now we need to work chain of 7. Now we've got round 9, slip stitch into the first chain 3, then chain of 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this will be first treble crochet. Now into the chain 5 space we need to make 11 more treble crochets, so we need to have 12 stitches into the chain 5 space. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So we should have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now we have to work chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we need to count 4th chain, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into the 4th chain we will work double crochet, and then we will work another 4th chain, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4th, and we will work next double crochet. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the next chain 5 space we need to make 12 treble crochets. So basically the same as we've done at the beginning of our round. So now we need to make 12 treble crochets, and then again chain of 3, double crochet into the 4th chain, and then the next double crochet into the next 4th chain. So your work is supposed to look like that. Then chain of 3 and 12 treble crochets into the next chain 5 space. Round 10 is quite easy round to do. We have to start by making chain of 4 as a first treble crochet, then chain 1 as a chain 1 space. Now in each stitch from the previous round we will work treble crochet and then chain 1. Then again in next stitch treble crochet, chain 1, in next stitch treble crochet, chain 1, into the next stitch treble crochet, chain 1. So basically we need to repeat it in each stitch. So at the end of this shell we should have 12 treble crochets and 12 chain 1 spaces. Then we are at the end of our shell. After the last double crochet we are not making chain 1, we are going straight to the next stitch and we will work treble crochet, then chain of 1. So between the last one and the first treble crochet of each shell we are not making any chain stitches. We working only treble crochet and then we are going straight to the first stitch of the next shell, and then after each one treble crochet we will work chain of 1 as usual. So now we need to repeat this pattern all the way around, in each stitch making treble crochet then chain 1, apart from the last treble crochet on each shell. Now we need to start round number 11. So at the end I've done slip stitch into the top of chain 4 to make sure that you've got chain 1 space done. Now at the round number 11 we need to work slip stitch into the chain 1 space, slip stitch into the second treble crochet and then slip stitch into the second chain 1 space. Now chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 as a first treble crochet and then chain 1 as a chain 1 space. Into the next chain 1 space we need to work treble crochet and then chain 1. Then again into the next chain 1 space, treble crochet and then chain 1. Into the next chain 1 space, treble crochet and then chain 1. And again treble crochet, chain 1. Now in each chain 1 space we will work treble crochet then chain 1, but we need to skip the last one. So as you can see we made a slip stitch until the second chain, so we need to skip the first one, chain 1 space, and the last as well. So I've done at the moment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, one more. Nine. Oh, I've done wrong. So this is the 9th, so we need to work one more 10. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. So we have to skip the first one and the last one, and then at the end we are not making chain of 1, just going straight to the second chain 1 space. So again we have to skip the first one and we are going straight to the second one, and we need to work treble crochet and then chain 1 into the next chain 1 space, treble crochet and then chain 1. So we need to repeat this pattern all the way around. At the end we need to work slip stitch into the top of chain 4, and we need to remember that we have to skip the first and the last chain 1 space. Now we've got the last one round, so I've done slip stitch into the top of chain 4, and now we will start making from that slip stitch chain of 5, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip first chain 1 space, and into the second we will work single crochet, then chain of 5, 3, 4, 5, into the next chain 1 space, single crochet, chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to skip the next chain 1 space, and into the treble crochet we need to make double crochet. Then chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more double crochet into the same stitch. So this should be the 5th treble crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yes, we've got the 5th treble crochets from the previous round, and into that stitch we need to work V-stitch by making double crochet, chain 5 and double crochet. So I will repeat. When I've done the slip stitch at the end of my round, I've done chain of 5, so we need to skip the first chain 1 space, and we are working 1 single crochet into the second one. Then chain of 5, we are going to the next chain 1 space and we need to make single crochet, then chain of 5, skip the next chain 1 space, and into the 5th treble crochet we need to work V-stitch by making double crochet, chain 5 and double crochet. Now chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip the first chain 1 space, into the second single crochet, chain of 5 again, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, then chain of 5, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip the last chain 1 space, and we will work slip stitch into the space between 2 treble crochets without any chain. So I am making just into the stitch just here, so I will show you how to look exactly. So yeah, those two we need to make slip stitch, so exactly the same as we start our round, because our round we start by making slip stitch as well. And then again chain of 5, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip the first chain 1 space, single crochet into the second, and basically now we need to repeat what we've done on the first shell all the way around. Now I am at the end of my round, so I've done the slip stitch into the first stitch as we start the round, and that's it. If you would like to make your doily flat, you need to use a little bit iron for it, and that will be fine. I decided to leave it like that. So thank you for staying with me to the end of this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a good evening.